Okay, guys, let's get back into AdMats. Today I'm going to show you vector. All right, we're going to start vector from the beginning, vector part one. So look at this diagram, look at this graph. Now, I've got two coordinates A and B. All right, but before that, let's take a look at what is vector. Those who have done physics, you should know what's a vector. Vector is something which has got a direction. You must have a direction, a particular direction, and you must have a magnitude. What's a magnitude? A magnitude means jarak panjang, how long is it, okay? So that's what it is. And we need a direction. So the important point here is, how do you show a direction? So example, let's take a look at this. So if I connect point A and O, say, point A and O to A, there's a direction. So therefore, I will write OA showing a direction. That's a vector. That means OA has got a distance and OA has got a direction. The direction is moving from O to A. And how do I show this vector? The vectors are generally shown as the x-axis, but x-axis in vector, we're going to call it as I with this shape here, all right, which shows it's a vector. And here it's a J, and you must have this shape here, like a tiny worm, all right, that shape, that's called a vector. So in this case, it's going to be 3 on the I and 2 on the J, because coordinate is 3, 2. 1, 2, 3, 3I, 1, 2, 2J. So therefore, the vector is written as 3I plus 2J. So this is how we write a vector. And this particular way of writing I and J is what we call as a Cartesian vector. Cartesian simply means using I and J coordinates. Another way of writing a vector is to use something like how we do in translation. So you can also write OA as 3, 2. So that's called a column vector. All right? So there's two ways we can actually write or show a vector, and that is using I and J. What's an I? I is the x-axis, horizontal axis. How many times? What's the coordinate? 3. How many movements? 3. 2 is here, right? So if we are talking about B, OB coordinate is 1, 6. So therefore, I can say OB, you must have this arrow, right? OB should be written as 1I plus 6J. So that's it, all right? 1I plus 6J. So therefore, OB here, OB, I'm going to move to B, all right? Okay, the line, okay, it doesn't matter. All right, here like this, must have an arrow showing the direction. So the direction is I plus 6J in this direction. Or you can also write it as OB under the column vector 1, 6. All right, so what you have learned is two ways of writing or showing a vector. Are you all right? Now, you can only do it this whatever I've done here can only be done if it is starting from O. Take note, O. So if you start from OA, the coordinate can straight away be written as I and J. You got it? You know what I'm saying? If you start from O, only if you start from O, the origin, then the coordinate can be written as I plus 6J. However, if it is something like this, example, I want a vector direction from A to B. I want this, which means A moving towards B. What's the vector? A moving towards B doesn't start from O. So it doesn't start from O. I can't use this coordinate directly, and I can't use this coordinate directly. So therefore, moving from A to B, how do I do that? I want to move from A to B, so my vector is A to B. So what you do is you take the other part. A to B is this way. Let's take this part. A, O, all right? Move this way. You start from here. A, O, O, B. Take the longer part. Take the longer part. A, O plus O, B. So that's how you write. Can you see? The O and the O in the middle, the O here can actually cancel. You'll get back AB. So how you know you written it correctly? AB. A is in the beginning, A is at the end. The middle two letters will be same. Then your vector is correct. Are you okay? So therefore AB is written like that. So what is AB now? AB is AO, but what I've got here is OA. So OA is this. That means AO should be a opposite sign. So AO will be, instead of positive, we'll have a 3 negative I minus 2I. And then what's OB? OB directly take it up here, plus I plus 6J. So therefore, your answer now is I adds up with I, negative 3 and 1 here, you get negative 2I, negative 2J plus 6, you're going to get 4J. This is now called vector AB. Are you clear? Let's revise. So what you have learned, if something starts from O origin, the coordinate can become the vector directly. OB, from O to B, the vector is the coordinate directly. But if something starts in between, then you need to create an equation. How to create an equation? AB, AO plus OB. Let's do some exercises and see whether you understand this. Supposing I want to find vector EF. So logically thinking, it should be, if it's using origin, it's EO plus OF. Are you getting it? You okay? You all right? Can you see? O and O cancels, you get EF. So this is one method to make sure that you write the equation correctly. You okay? All right, let's move on a little bit more. Now, once I have found OB, OA, and AB, now, what you probably need to do next is to find the magnitude. Let's find magnitude, okay? So the next step is, I want to find the magnitude. I want to find magnitude of OA. This is vector OA, vector OA. And then if you put a magnitude, like a modulus sign, so this is called magnitude. Very simple. So just go to OA, 3 and 2. Similar to Pythagoras theorem, 3I plus j, so it becomes 3I squared plus 2j squared. You see that? Right? And then square root. Now, I squared is 1. J squared is also 1. You get it? So therefore, what most teachers in school will do is, since I squared is already 1, J squared is already 1, they will straight away do it this way. The vector for OA is just take the 3, the number in front, because the I squared is already going to be 1, so they just ignore, which is okay, which is acceptable, and then plus 2 squared, square root the answer, you get 9 here, 9 plus 4, so your answer is square root 13 units. That's the answer for OA. Okay, so let's try for AB. So what is AB's magnitude? AB's magnitude, AB is here, all right? So what is AB's magnitude? So I write AB, magnitude of AB. Take negative 2, square it, plus over here is 4j, square it, square root. All right, so square it, you get 4. Square it, you get 16. So your answer is square root 20. Are you following me? So this is how you find magnitude. So therefore now you know what's magnitude and you know how to write a vector. So you have learned how to write a vector in terms of I and j, or you know how to write a vector in terms of column vector, same thing, all right? And then you know how to find the magnitude. You okay? All right, I'm going to erase this stuff. Now, from here, you probably need to know one more stuff. I'm erasing this thing. Now, you will also be asked to find unit vector. All right, unit vector. What's a unit vector? It's a simple thing. So, unit a vector of, let's say, AB. So, the unit vector is, take that vector, take this vector, all right? Negative 2i plus 4j over the magnitude of AB, square root 20. Are you following me? That's the answer. Of course, you need to simplify here. Do you know how to simplify? All right. So I'm going to take out the 2. Let's put my negative I here. It doesn't matter. You must have this symbol here. And then I took out 2, factorize 2. I'm going to get 2j. Can you see that? Okay. Now, square root 20, in case you don't know what is square root 20, take a look. So this is another way of writing 4 times 5. Square root 20. Now, square root 4, I can actually separate them like this. I hope you know this. This is basic form 2 work. Can you see that? Square root 4 is 2, which means the answer is 2 times square root 5. So I can actually write 2 times square root 5. Can you see that? So in exam, it has to be like this. Then the 2 is gone. So your final answer will be 2j minus I over 5. So that's called a unit vector. Okay? All right? So that's called a unit vector. Another way of writing the unit vector should be like this. Not using this, but I'm going to use the column vector. So again, unit vector of AB, unit vector of AB. So use the column vector. What's the column vector? The column vector here is 2, negative 2, and 4. So I'm going to write negative 2 and 4. Can you see that? Negative 2 and 4 over square root 20. But square root 20 can write like this. Can you see that? So I'm going to write it this way. Okay. Now separate them up. Negative 2 over 2, 5. And 4, let's write it up. Space here. Okay, I'm going to write it here. So from here, I'm going to write as negative 2 over 2 square root 5 and 4 over 2 square root 5. That is called unit vector. Of course, you can simplify here, cut here. All right, you can simplify here and then you get, so that's your final answer. So final answer is negative 1 over square root 5 and 2 over square root 5. So that's how you find unit vector. Are you okay? So what is unit vector? Take the original vector, divide by its magnitude. All right, so what have you learned? You have learned how to write I and j. You have learned how to write I and j. You have also learned how to write column vectors. You have understood that if it's a coordinate directly from O, the coordinate becomes the vector. It's very easy. But if it's not starting from origin O, then you have to make an equation like this, which we did. So that you have understood. And then from there, you must know how to find the magnitude. So this is how you find magnitude, similar to Pythagoras theorem. Are you all right? Okay, so this is part 1 of vector. In part 2 of vector, I'll be showing you parallel vectors and some calculations. Okay, thank you.